What is going on, ladies and genitals? YOTESLAYA here, bringing you episode 4 of my Tactical Nuke Tuesdays, where I'm bringing you a tactical nuke here on Modern Warfare 2 every single Tuesday. Today, I have a domination game with some subscribers here on Skid Row. Now, before we get into this, I just want to say that I absolutely hate this map, Skid Row. Now, before playing this recently, I'm pretty sure that I've only had one tactical nuke on this map in the past. And since I've been playing this the last month or so with subscribers, I get a nuke on this map every single time we play it, and I have no idea why. I think it's because I'm running around. You'll notice one thing. Okay, I start off in this one. Yes, I'm using the UMP and the Spaz. This is just my favorite class. I'm going to be trying to change this up to bring you guys some crazy classes and guns to where you guys don't get tired of seeing the UMP and stuff like that. But when I started this game, I really didn't have any intentions to get a nuke on this map. And all the nukes that I've been getting lately on this map are nukes that I didn't really intend to go for. Before, I used to play for the nuke. That was my mindset. As soon as I went into the map, I just wanted to get the nuke. And this one, I'm just running around. I know it's Skid Row. I'm like, F it, dude. I don't even care about the nuke. I'm just going to go around and get kills. And it just so happens. And I think that's the way that most people screw up going for nukes, is their mindset is the nuke from the very beginning, and they're too pressured. They feel like camping and feel like doing this and doing that. And it seems like now that on these maps where I'm carefree and I don't really care if I'm getting the nuke, essentially I've given up, I'll end up getting the Harrier. The Harrier ends up getting my chopper gunner, and next thing you know, I've got a nuke, and it's not a camping nuke. It's not me aiming down sights at a window. The first nuke I got was right there up there in the upstairs building, just watching that little hallway. I stayed up there the entire game, just waiting for dudes to come to A, shooting them, picking them off, coming out the garage. Whatnot. Would have been very boring to watch. Now these, I know I'm dying a lot. And that's just because I didn't really, like I said, I wasn't really planning on getting the nuke, and it just so happened. So if you're struggling to get the nuke, that is my main tip for you guys, is don't go out there aiming for the nuke. Don't go out there waiting for the guys to come to you. Just go out there, be aggressive. Most people can put together a 7-kill streak. Get that Harrier, and then things will start to happen for you, because it is very easy. Once you get the Harrier, it's very easy. A nuke in this game is 7 kills, that is it. The rest, it's just, it's not going to happen every time. Sometimes they may shoot down your Harrier, they may shoot down your chopper gun or whatnot, but eventually it's going to happen, and you will get that nuke. I've been cock blocked. They've shut down my stuff as well. But just go out there, be aggressive, man. Just get the 7-kill streak and then let that do the rest. So that's my biggest tip for you guys out there going for the nukes. And I think that's what is happening here lately on Skid Row is, I'm trying to bring you guys these nuke gameplays, and I'm trying to not camp for these nukes, because I know how I did with the nukes before, and I think all the nukes that I've brought so far at this series have been decent little gameplay. So I'm dying right there. Yes, I kind of laid down, but the little bastard with the tactical knife was starting to get on my nerves, dude, and he just kept knifing me. So I was like, motherfucker, I'm going to wait right here at this door, and I'm just going to shoot you every single time you come through here. So, yeah, there's my tip for the nukes. If you were struggling, get those 7 kills, and then, it'll happen eventually. You may have to play a few games, get those 7 kills a few times, but eventually you'll get into those lobbies where the Harrier just does work, does 6 or 7 kills, and then you get in that chopper gunner, AC-130, whatever it be, and it'd just be magical, especially with the chopper gunner. I used to always run the AC-130. My main kill streaks before were Pavlo, AC-130, nuke. And I used to get a buttload of nukes that way, but ever since I went with Harrier, this is a clusterfuck right here. Check this out. That was just clutch. That's the beginning of the nuke run. But ever since I went Harrier, chopper gunner, nuke, I know it's easy mode nukes, but dude, it's just so fun to use. It's so easy to get 7 kills to do that. But I wanted to talk to you guys about going back to school. I know people in the U.S., some people probably have already went back to school. Some of you are probably getting ready to go back, and I just wanted to talk to you guys. I know right now while you guys are in school, especially high school, you guys don't want to be going to school at all whatsoever. There might be the few out there that are looking forward to go back to school, but most of you, let's be honest, you're not looking forward to go back to school or whatnot. I was not either. I couldn't stand school. I hated school. The best thing about schools was the females and then the sports. That was what I lived for in high school. And, I heard my brother's a little bit older than me. He's probably, maybe 10 years older than me. We have different moms, but the same dad. He's right around 10 years older than me. So he was already out of high school, when I'm a junior, senior, whatnot. And he's actually an ex-Navy SEAL. And, you know, so he's got like these really high standards. He'd come over, make me do push-ups all the time because I was wrestling, played football and baseball, for those that don't know. So he'd come over and be like, let me see how many push-ups you could do. And like every time he was over, he'd always just like work on me. We'd go swimming and he'd like fuck me up and wrestling and stuff like that. He'd always, you know, he was like the harder brother, but it was like tough love, I guess. But he'd always come over, you know, and he'd ask me how school's doing and, you know, baseball, whatever sports in. He'd ask me what's going on with it and stuff like that. And he'd always tell me, he'd be like, man, I would do anything to go back to high school. And I'm like, you're nuts, dude. There's no way. I can't wait till I'm done with high school. But now that I'm done with high school, and I'm sure most people out there, dude, high school, I would do anything to go back to high school. There's so much looking back now. Like, I loved high school. The sports that I did, everything that happened to me in high school was just amazing, man. You guys did in high school, you were living, no joke, the time of your lives. Like, you have no bills. You have none of this. It's just like you are living the time of your life. These people that you are surrounding yourself with in your classroom right now, you know, you got your nerds. Let's just be honest. There's the nerds, you know, there's the band geeks, no offense, band guys, you know, and there's all these different like cliques of people in there. Right now, you're separated. Everybody's wanting to be the popular dude. Everybody's wanting to look badass, whatnot. When you get to my age, like these dudes that are high school, you know, that you went to high school with, you're going to remember all these things that happened in high school, and every one of these people that you're surrounding yourself with are going to be part of that memory. And like just seeing a dude that maybe you made fun of the whole time, seeing him in public will bring back memories. Like, man, you know what? At one point in time, even though I couldn't stand you and you didn't like me, you know, that was pretty awesome time back then. You know, it was fun. It was awesome. Going to like, you know, prom, going to like, you know, just football games and stuff like that, dude. It's just the friendships that you are gaining right now and the friendships that you're building are going to be for a lifetime. Some may go off their own ways, but that bond will always be there. There will always be a point where maybe you run into him at the gas station. Maybe you run into him like later on down the road in Italy or something. That bond will always be there. Even though you have not spoken for 20 years, 10 years, however long it may be, you will still have that bond because you went to high school. And it's so weird to explain, but that's just how it is. You guys are living the time of your lives, man. Live it up. Do as much activities as you can. You know, if maybe you're worried about going out for sports, man, go out for sports, dude. Try it out. If you missed a cut, try harder. Everything is possible if you put it in between your, you know, in your head, dude. Everything is possible if you put it in your head. You're a junior, whatever, you try out for basketball, you don't make it because, you know, you miss too many free throws in a little free throw. Man, go out there to the, you know, go to a boys club and shoot free throws all day. Dude, you got it. As long as you try hard, you got it. But I just wanted to, you know, mention that to you guys. I would love to go back to high school. You know, I played baseball, I played football, and I wrestled. Baseball was my main sport for most of you guys. For some that don't know, I actually got letters from the Pirates and Cubs my senior year. I had a workout at Wrigley. If you're asking why I'm not like a professional baseball player right now, it could have been, but I lived it up a little bit too much and got my girlfriend, which became my wife, pregnant, so I had to get a real job. I dropped out of college, which was D1. It was just Indiana State University, but they were a D1 college. I was playing baseball there, never even seen my first game there. I had to drop out before all that. And, you know, I don't regret it, man. I love my two boys. You know, they're my life. I love my two boys. I don't regret any of it. But if I could go back, I probably would, you know, wrap it up or something like that. But going back to high school, man, I would love to go back to, you know, for those bus trips to away games, stuff like that, to live it up, man. And, you know, all these times where you're making fun of this dude because he's nerdy and whatever, he's probably going to be more successful than you, okay? You may be cooler right now in high school, but that nerd is probably going to make like 20 times as much as you like the first year you're out of college. And then when he comes back, I guarantee he's going to have all the ladies. And by the way, going on the ladies, you know the little Miss Prissy, like really gorgeous chick everybody wants? When she gets out of high school, more than likely she's going to be really fat, and that ugly girl over in the corner is going to be smoking hot. So think ahead, the boys. Think for the future. That ugly girl that's kind of okay is going to be gorgeous later on. So, you know, take her to prom instead of the, you know, really cute chick that's just going to bang the dude at the after party while you're, you know, like wherever. But anyways, that's my high school experience, my tips for you guys. Nice little nuke here on Skid Row. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please remember to rate and subscribe. Yodi, signing out.